Afternoon, guys. Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters in the Pathfinder School. Actually out here in the woods today to get some pictures of different knots and things that are going to be in my new book, and testing out a new shelter system just to see how it sets up and how it looks from Finland. But while I was out here, I thought what I would do, I bought one of these LL Bean Continental rucksacks. Actually, I didn't buy it. I traded for it. But I still pretty much paid for it because I traded merchandise for it. So I feel like, you know, I can do a review of this that's quite honest and as brutal as it needs to be. But I've been carrying it now for at least a couple of weeks, every single day. I've used it quite a bit to load different gear into it, to take into the woods, things like that, depending on what I was doing that day. And I've got it set up with a loadout that's pretty good for every day or any day. And I thought I would share that with you because, you know, I think LL Bean kind of hit a home run with this thing. It's about 79 bucks, I want to say, for this version of the pack. It's got enough pockets and not too many. It's big enough but not too big. And it's versatile enough that you could add a bedroll to the bottom of it if you wanted to carry a wool blanket for wintertime use. But there's plenty of room in here for enough stuff to last you for 2 to 3 days, in my opinion, no problem. It's got pretty nice suspension straps on it. It's got a waist strap on it that will tuck in to it if you want to do that. It's got nice padded shoulder straps. It's made out of a fairly thin denier material. I'd say it's probably 500 denier, definitely no heavier than 750. It's not 1,000 denier. It's, again, it's just enough. I think we over-engineer and over-construct a lot of things nowadays to try to make them more durable. And the only fault that I've really found with this pack, or I shouldn't say fault necessarily because they haven't failed, but the thing that I think will probably go first is they were fairly skimpy or cheap, or tried to cut corners, or maybe tried to cut cost by using a smaller buckle on all of the exterior pockets and the bottom cinch straps here. The buckles that are on the main belt are big, and the buckles that are on the main pack flap itself are big. It's got compression of the pack flap so you can bring it up or down, and compression here to make the pack smaller or bigger if you need to. But those buckles really are my only complaint at this point with this pack. It rides plenty comfortable. It seems to be plenty durable. I'm not careful with it. I throw it down, drag it when I'm picking it up. I don't care. I'm not going to try to be gentle with it because I want to see how it will last. I'm a big believer that we over-engineer things nowadays, and we try to make things heavier than they need to be. Now, I will say, this is not one of my buddy Malcolm Cordaire's Hidden Woodsman packs. It's not. It's not that quality of a pack. And I say that because it's got lighter materials. There's a little less attention to detail. The buckles are probably a less expensive model. Definitely the smaller ones are not something that Malcolm would use. And I like Malcolm's packs really well. But I thought it only fair to review something or look at something that I've been using for a while that's not so expensive. That's not something custom that you have to order or buy or be on a waiting list to get, but something that you could just go to the web and order fairly inexpensively. Like I said, it's like 79 bucks, 69 bucks, something like that. So let's kind of walk through what's in this pack so you guys can kind of see how much stuff you can actually get in one of these packs and still be very comfortable to carry. Now, I'm used to carrying 30, 35 pounds without issue over distance because I do a lot of rucking and things like that when the weather is decent. So outside, it's got 2 outside pockets and a front outside pocket, so 3 outside pockets. We'll talk about those first. I've got an axe. That's one thing I do like about it. It's got pass-through pockets like the old Alice packs had, and it's got a cinch strap here to hold an axe handle down, and it's got one on both sides. This one's just got duct tape attached to it. So it does have pass-through pockets as well as the main pocket. I've just got a pair of leather gloves attached to that pocket for now. I generally have them attached to my belt, but I was over here working on the shelter and I just attached them to the pack. So in the most outside pocket here, I have an extra Mora knife, a folding saw, and a roll of cordage. So all my tools are pretty much right on the outside that I may need to get to pretty quick. Axe, saw, extra knife, cordage, gloves, all on the outside. On the other side of this, I'm not sure how easy I'll be able to get it out of here with the pack filled. We may have to wait till after I empty the pack to get it out real easy. But I do have, and I've been finding that this duct tape kind of gets in the way of getting things out of this pocket a little bit, so I may have to figure out a different avenue with that or a different approach with that. I like having duct tape on the outside of my pack where I can just grab it for a quick repair, something first aid, something like that. But this is a big enough pocket to keep the full Pathfinder canteen set and lid in. So I've got the canteen itself in there. I've got a set of utensils in there. And the cup may be the part that struggles to get out of there with the pack full. Maybe not. Maybe I can squeeze it up out of there. So there's the cup and the lid. The only thing I don't have in here is the stove on the bottom of this, and it would definitely fit because it goes inside the handle. So the stove would definitely fit. Just don't find myself using it that much, so it's just extra weight for me to carry for no reason at that point. The outside pocket here in the front, I carry a small tripod in there that I can get to quick if I want to shoot something while I'm out on the trail, and then a full fire kit in that front pocket as well. Just a full wax canvas bag with my entire fire kit in it. I kind of keep all the tools and things that I might want to get to really quickly. I tend to keep them on the outside. Okay. The inside of this pack, again, there's more room in here than you'd think there would be just looking at this thing when you get it, because when I first got it, I thought, well, this thing's pretty small. It's really not that small. So I've got two extra shamags in there for cotton material. I've got a full double wide hammockgear.com hammock. I have a full cook set with a 2-quart Pathfinder bush pot, coffee bag, kuksa, the whole 9 yards is in there. Spoon, spices, everything is in this bag. So that entire kit to cook with, plus the canteen kit set, gives me plenty of cooking options in this backpack. My utility rope and stake bag for my shelter system. I've got a 3x3 DD tarp in here. And 3-season again, and no wool blanket on the bottom. I've got a 40-degree bag in there. And there's an extra ridge line. And in the front pocket of this thing has got a pouch with a headlight, a lighter and an Exotac waterproof lighter case, just a spare lighter. That's a zippered compartment on the inside. It also has a compartment on the inside, like a water bladder compartment to store a space blanket and trash bag. And then on the front side, I've just got an extra pouch attached to it with my compass, so it's easy to get at, and my paste beads. So you can see there is plenty of stuff in this pack. There's more than enough right there. You know, if you added some just add water type food, which there's plenty of room to do that in here, you got more than enough for 2-3 days if you need it, and you got a complete shelter system in there and cook system as well. You really have more than you need. So this pack is plenty versatile as far as that goes, and so far it's held up really well. So I thought I would just kind of show you guys that today, discuss a little bit about what I have in there, what I would consider essential things if I were going to go out for 2-3 days. Depending on the weather, of course, whether I have a wool blanket in there, a sleeping bag, or just a hammock possibly. And I just wanted to show you that today. So I appreciate your views, appreciate your support. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, and for our business. For all of our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends. I'll be back with another video as soon as I can. Thanks, guys.